Hello, hello, hello. It is time for the Monday night live stream here at Joe Daddy's Garage. I already see that I have several in the queue on the side checking in. That's cool. If you've not been here before, we do this on Monday nights at 7 o'clock, everything permitting. There's nothing else that is, let's say, more important. But at this point, I've been doing this for well over a year, I believe. And basically, we talk about cars. So if we're talking about Mustangs or Camaros or Mopars or whatever. And typically, we try to answer questions and talk about stuff going on in the car world. With that, if you have a question about a classic car, preferably, then we can try to answer it. And if somebody has a good answer, they get a bell. Kind of the reward system for giving a good answer. Now, I still don't have anything for like a bad answer. You have to take it upon yourself to make your own sound effect. But it is Monday, April 5th, 2021. And the weather today here in Georgia was fantastic. We had some cold weather last week. We had temperatures cut down in the 30s, which was surprising. But today was just beautiful, beautiful. I had the garage door open, enjoyed it. So anyway, that's where we're at today. So let me see who's here. We have Clark Clifford checking in. You know what? I'm probably going to, maybe I need to do a bell for Clark because, hey, that's the first Clark that has showed up. So, and Phil, well, there's the first Phil. You get a bell for that. Jessica's two-car garage. Well, there's the first Jessica. Normally we make fun with this because we have a multitude of Daves that show up. So here's a Rick Bell for Rick Stevenson. Crash Rider. Good evening, everyone, from a very pleasant southern Indiana, awaiting another great Monday evening of wit, wisdom, and inspiration from Joe Daddy. I hope I can keep that up. So, Peter Davis. Hey, gang, welcome back too. I'll give you a bell for that. Get a little bell. David Cheryl. Check in. There's our first Dave and our first Cheryl. And, oh, look, we have our first Nick, first Nandu. Everybody gets a bell tonight. Ish. All right. I have to stop the bell. That's going to be too many. There's too many people showing up. Andrew, Grease Ricky Garage is here. Cool. Rick Gain. Glad you're here. Wayne Warrior, that's Dave number 2. So that's a hi. I'll be listening in as I work on the Wayne Warrior tonight. Need to get it on the road and start enjoying it. Yes. Let's see. Stang Boys 75. Hello, Barry. Hi, gang. Don't forget the thumbs up. Yes, by all means. Ben, I'm watching and learning. All I can do is buy you a coffee. You know what? That's plenty. Thank you. Appreciate that. Dave, number 3, actually, here. Dave Conville. Johnny Crash, good evening, Barry. Been a while since I made it to a stream. I hope to get back to work on the 66 soon. I hope you do too. Nick Moss, excellent weather here, but stuck at work. I'm so dang close to getting the car on the ground. I'm a bit irritable right now, but better since I got my own Nick Bell. Well, good. I'm glad that helped. Bob Shoemaker, checking in from Oklahoma. And I'm hoping we're not going to have a staggered. I see myself kind of twitching. I hope it's not messing up again tonight. Clark Clifford, did you get an aftermarket bell or did you restore it? Actually, this was a gift. So I didn't either. So I guess it falls in the aftermarket bell category. But that was a gift. Nick, from here on, though, I want a gong. I like my presence known. Well, I'll have to come up with something. I don't think I have anything compatible with a gong sound. So you may have to make your own sounds. Whenever you come in, you say hi, and then you can, kind of envision your own gong sound. Ish, thanks for my first bell. Well, you're welcome, Ish. And I'm glad you're here. Okay. All right. So there's no real subject, that we're focused on tonight. But I did want to talk about a couple things I have going on. I've been working on that motorcycle, the Triumph, sitting back there. And I'm having to revisit some of that because I did the seat and it turned out fantastic, like I wanted. But I realized I may have trimmed off a little too much material on the front where it would go around the tank. And so I had to kind of redo some of that. It's not going to hurt it. It's fiberglass. It'll all kind of mesh together. But anyway, that's something I'm trying to address. I want to make sure that it's going to fit right and do what it's supposed to do. But also, I was kind of inspired today with the weather. Like I said, it was nice and wasn't overly hot yet, which is great. And I looked at the weather report for the next couple of days, and I realized that it's going to be like just about perfect for spraying some primer. So what I plan to do is, you can see I have the fenders out here. Actually, the deck lid is over there for Jade. I was going over it a little bit today, double checking any kind of thing that I needed to address prior to adding more primer. Found a couple little things, nothing major. So I'll address those. And I think tomorrow, I hope, if I can get everything organized, excuse me, I will finish taping it up or retaping the body, because I decided I was going to try to do everything all together in the booth, but it was just too crowded. So that's why I pulled the fenders and stuff out. So I will take care of the body and maybe the front and rear valance or the hood or something like that. So I'll have to do it in 2 separate shots. But anyway, I want to tape off the body, get it in primer, let it set up a period of time, roll it out the door, get the fenders and everything in place, get those sprayed, and let everything, make sure everything is right. And then I can go back and, finish sanding it out one more time. And then I'll be ready for paint. Give me a bell for that. Okay. So the goal, of course, is to get it in paint. And I was organizing some things. Again, the weather was nice. I have a little storage shed outside the garage, which has a multitude of parts in it. All the basket case Camaro parts are in there. Well, almost all. There's parts from Jade in there. There's parts from Chevy trucks in there. There's seats, all kinds of stuff. And it's not a very big building, but it's packed. And as I was going around the paint booth, I realized, if you ever look at any of those videos, you'll probably see there's a yellow door that's been hanging out in the paint booth for years. It's one of the doors for the basket case Camaro. And I've just been walking around it, just ignoring it. And today I said, nope, I've got to get this stuff out of here. So I went out to the shed and I actually pulled out the bucket seats for Jade. They've already been recovered. They're in fantastic condition. And they were on the floor taking up, a good footprint. So I pulled them out, and they're now in my house garage, sitting on the back of what is temporarily maybe known as Red Dave, the 68 Mustang Coupe. So anyway, so that the seats got out of the way, and then I was able to organize the storage shed to get the door out there and a couple other pieces that aren't really helping me out. So anyway, I took advantage of the weather. Now that's made me feel better about not having clutter in the paint booth while I'm trying to spray. You don't want dust and stuff getting trapped and caught up in it. So anyway, that's where I'm at right now. Andrew, fixing mistakes makes for great content. It makes the rest of us feel better. Yeah. Well, that's why I'm here. So I can show you my mistakes. Richard Byrne. Hello, everyone. Glad you're here. Brian. Good evening, guys and gals. Finally found a 5-speed for my Fairlane. Pretty excited and got a great price. Cool. That's a good deal. Marshall, howdy to all. Got interior in epoxy yesterday and we'll be spraying lizard skin in a couple days. Then on to wiring. Hope everyone is doing great. Yeah. Well, I still need to come see that, Marshall. I will need to come see your car. Wayne Warrior, either tenuously or tentatively. That's the word. I was missing a T. That's why it was throwing me off. Tentatively. That's a hard word to just spit out. Tentatively. Maybe that's the word of the day. Tentative. Tenuously. We'll just say tenuously. Tentatively is correct. Thank you, Ish. Thank you for that. Chris, what was a deal on a classic? What was a deal on a classic that you turned up but regret? Turned up? That I didn't buy? Is that what you're saying? Well, there's probably been a couple of those. One was a 69 Sport Roof that I saw for sale up in Atlanta. It had been butchered. It was actually a 6-cylinder car, which is pretty rare, I would think, for a Sport Roof Mustang. But from what I understood, it was a 6-cylinder car. I mean, I can't think of another time that I've seen a 6-cylinder Sport Roof. I mean, at least that's what I was under the impression of from the guy that I talked to. But anyway, they had hacked it up pretty bad, and I had a chance to buy it pretty cheap, and I hesitated. And I missed out on it. So that's one that I missed that I regret. There's probably been a few trucks over the years. I've had lots and lots of vehicles, and I think something's telling me I've missed out on some sort of a 67 to 72 Chevy truck, but I can't remember exactly. But there's not been many. Most of the time, if I get a good opportunity, I'll take it. But as it is, that's probably the only ones that come to mind at the moment. Clark, or possibly spuriously, it's a Dave dichotomy. Well, spuriously, that could be a good word too. Temporarily works as well, but tenuously or tentatively. I think you just wanted to hear me say tentatively. Okay. Jerry checking in from Middle Tennessee. Glad you're here. Dan checking in from Afghanistan. He says good morning on the other side of the world. So I'm glad you're here, Dan. Anyway, so like I said, I'm trying to take care of a variety of things, and I really need to take advantage of the weather and get the final round of high build on Jade while the weather's right, and make it right. Just be ready to go. Let's see. Dave Britton. Hi from Ontario. Glad you're here. That's Dave number 4, I believe. James Smothers, Ringgold, Georgia. Glad you're here. Jan Nort. Which type of body hammers would you recommend for Mustang bodywork? Thanks. Well, there's a variety of choices out there. Let me grab my primary hammer. Give me a second. Now, I will say in the bulk of kits, as far as a body hammer, this is like your number one body hammer. I mean, this probably gets the most use, and it just has a flat face here, and you might want to check on that once in a while, make sure it's dressed properly so it's smooth and there's no flaws. But it also gives you a pointed end, which is nice for getting behind a body line that may be out of shape, if you can get inside. But this is probably the primary hammer. Now, there's a variety of shapes and structure, to these things. So like this hammer, this came in a kit. This kit was from Harbor Freight. This hammer is built for doing flanges on like door panels. So if you were a door skin, so if you're replacing a door skin, This is ideal for that because it's got a narrow head on it. When you roll that flange over, you don't have a lot of space to hit. So it gives you that little bit of space, narrow head. Same way here, you get around maybe an obstacle that's in the way, with that angle. But those are the two main hammers that I use, really. Now, of course, you have blocks. Blocks can be all kinds of different shapes, and you can envision how they work. But I've also used this hammer, and just occasionally I've used it. Now, this is kind of a unique hammer. This is actually made by, I guess, a company over in England somewhere that it's called Kinetic Customs. This is one of their earliest production hammers. They're now they're on Instagram. They'll make you whatever you want, pretty much, and they have a store. But this looks barbaric compared to what they're making now. They're really making some impressive stuff. And I actually have two different ones of these. I have also a little one. It's like a brad, for doing little brad nails. But this has come in handy, if I need to strike at a certain angle and I get a kind of a tapered point to it, if you get the idea there. So that's the bulk of what I use. Now, there's other shapes, and there's hammers that have longer hooks on them, for getting kind of around things and different stuff like that. But it's, that's the bulk of what I use. So hopefully that helps with your question. Johnny Crash, tenuous, precarious, insecure. Oh, okay. Okay. Nick, I could have bought a 69 Sport roof with decent paint, nonetheless, for 10 grand that had a 347 and a 3 or 5 speed. Can't remember which ready to go. The guy's mentor died and he just wanted to move on. Oh, wow. Man, that probably would have been a good deal, Nick. Johnny Crash, tentative, hesitant. Yeah. Now, what is it with the, tentatively? You have to figure that out. I think they may change the definition slightly. I think. I don't know. Nick, the reason I didn't get it, didn't have room. What was I thinking? Yep. I understand. Believe me. Chris, it's 55 degrees in Ontario. Firebird went for its second cruise of the year. That's cool. Good deal. Let me see here. Let me double check my mail first. Okay. Brian, my regret is missing out on a 70 Hemi Cuda 4-speed with 1,700 original miles. It was offered to me for $1,700, but at the tender age of 17, I couldn't come up with the money. This was 1980. I would have to find the money. I would have had to find the money somehow. I would have sold everything I owned to do that deal. Footage Factory, Steve, what's up? Oh, you're taking video in? So I'm doing my distributor. Yeah, sure. If you want to join the stream, send me an email. I'll send you a link. I use a sledgehammer to fix everything. Well, fix is a relative term, I guess. Maybe, yeah, I get it. If a sledgehammer can't fix it, it's not worth fixing. Is that what you're saying? It reminds me of the old commercials. What was it? It was some auto parts store. And they were trying to put a battery in the car, and some guy had a hammer. And one guy saying, just keep hitting it. Chris could have been a millionaire by now. Yeah. Yes. Tentatively means temporary. See? When you add that ly, it changes the whole meaning. Changes ly. I don't know if you remember that. I don't know how old everybody is here, but what was it? It was oh gosh, I don't think it was Sesame Street or something like that. And it had a little song, and they said ly on the end, and it changed it to an adverb, and they would go through this whole definition, kind of like the Bill song, I'm just a Bill on Capitol Hill and whatever. And I remember some sort of song where they had the ly on the end of it and talked about it changing it to an adverb or something. Not that that helps anybody by any means. Winged Warrior changing something shape with a sledgehammer does not qualify as fixing unless the resulting shape was intended. That is a good point. That is a good point. I can fix stuff with a plasma cutter too. And I've been tempted to. Oh, that's what it was. Roger. Schoolhouse Rock. Yeah. I think it was Schoolhouse Rock that had the I'm Just a Bill on Capitol Hill, right? But there was another one, something with the LY on the end of it. Whenever you change it, you had the LY, and it would change the whole meaning of the word or whatever. Ish Electric Company. Yeah, I remember Electric Company. Yeah. Now that rings a bell. Electric Company. Wow. I haven't thought of that show in a long time. Bob Shoemaker, my young and dumb miss, was a 429 Boss car. Had the heads in my shop with drop valve. When finding out how much damage it was, I said he would just sell it for $3,000. Dummy did not get a loan. Yeah. Speaking of which, I wanted to mention to Chris, there is on Facebook, there popped up on my feed. Somebody listed a 71. They listed it as a Galaxy, 71 Galaxy, and I pulled it up just to see what it was saying because it's a red convertible. Check this out. This may be something that somebody may be interested in. If it'll, I don't know if it'll change. Anyway, the guy listed this as a 71 Galaxy. That's not a Galaxy. It says 71 Ford GT is what they listed as. 71 Ford GT. It's got I don't know what engine's in it, if he tells what it is or not, but it's got disc brakes on it. It's got power brakes, bunch of trim, painted. It's convertible. And it looks like it just needs put together. I mean, the floor pans are great. Console. But he has it listed as a 71 Ford Galaxy. And it's definitely a GT, or definitely a convertible Torino. So, I mean, unless I'm seeing something wrong, because I tell you that nose gives it away, right? I mean, that looks like a Torino to me. So anyway, this is currently listed on Facebook Marketplace. Let's see. It says 71 Galaxy GT. It's not a Galaxy. 351 Cleveland engine. Bill of sale only, no title. And it's in Atlanta, Georgia area. And I mean, I don't know what those go for, but he has it listed for $5,000. Yeah, listed for $5,000, which I feel is probably a deal. Just my thought. Dave Conville. Dave has a question. What type of paint would have been factory applied to an 83 C10? Would that be enamel? I think it's too early for base clear. Any advice for cleaning up a factory black finish? 83. Gosh, what year did they go to base clear? Because I know the 88 trucks, the clear flaked off. 87, 86, 85. They may have had base clear in 83. They may have had base clear. Any advice for cleaning up a factory black finish? I really don't have a good answer for you on that, Dave. I'm still trying to decide whether it had base clear or not. Any input? would be great on that. So let Dave know what you think. Rick Stevenson, I watched you fix a couple of hard drives with your plasma cutter. Yes. I made short work of those. Okay. All right. So Steve sent me an email. Good. Let me send him an invite, and then we'll go from there. All right. So the email sent. All right. So John Hero, I don't know how to say that. Herox. Lolly, get your adverb here. Okay, Steve. Yes. Roger says, yes, conjunction junction. There's more. I just can't think of them. Yeah. Conjunction junction. What's your function? Yep. John, Lolly, get your adverbs here. Schoolhouse rock. Okay. So that sounds right. It haven't been a long time since I've heard that. Jessica, I hate spelling. Yeah. Yep. John agrees there, I guess. Chris, Torino GT convertible looks like my uncle's when he was alive. Yes, it is a Torino-ish. Could it be a scam? Well, I guess it could be. I haven't sent him a message yet. I see you there, Steve. Often on Facebook, Dave says, often on Facebook Marketplace, they don't give you the option for the correct car name, so people substitute something else. Obviously, Mavericks and Comets listed as Mustangs, for instance. Yeah, that is true. Dave, the late 80s, they started using base clear, the internet says. Okay, so late 80s. Okay. Let me get a couple more of these in here, Steve. Brian, I think all the 80 C10s were single stage. Let's see. Brian, I had an 83 K20 with peeling clear. I believe it was original paint. Okay. BK, hi Barry, how are you? How are untitled vehicles to register? It's not an issue at all here in Georgia. If you don't have a title, you can write a bill of sale as long as it's, I think, 25 years old. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Brian saying early 80s on the paint. James from others, painting my 67 Mustang convertible, the original Raven Black. Thoughts on original single stage or base coat, clear coat? I've only sprayed base clear, and I like it. You know, I have not had to deal with single stage. So if anybody has an opinion on that, let James know. I'm just comfortable with the base clear. I think part of me says if I do the base clear, I can spray the base. And if there's any flaws, I can gently sand them out, smooth it up, and then come back on top with clear. Single stage, yes, you spray it all at once, and then you have to do a lot of color sand and buff, which you have to do with clear anyway. So there are some variables in there. Dan, my biggest miss was a really nice 1993 Fox Body Cobra, still my dream car. Oh, okay. And Chris Barry, I like the odd cars. Nothing better than looking at Torino Fastback from 68 to 72. And Ray, well, I wish Michigan didn't care. Yeah. Georgia is, if it's 25 years or older, they don't care at all. Like, honestly, this is my documentation for the 68 Mustang. A piece of notebook paper. The red Mustang. That's all it is. Piece of notebook paper. Everybody signs it. Not even notarized. They don't care. All right. So let's see what Steve is up to. Oh, he's got the big ponytail going. What's up, Steve?
What's up, dude? Long time no see.
Yeah.
Hey, I was just watching your video. You said you got the documents. Did you end up getting a new 68 Mustang? Oh, you were just saying
it. I picked up another 68.
Did you?
Yeah.
What engine?
No engine.
No engine.
Good. It's free to do whatever I want to do to it.
What engine was in it?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I never checked. It was probably a 289 car.
289.
But this is what I picked up right there.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's
I
a
like that.
68, whatever red color, that factory red color, coral red or something,
Yeah.
with a red interior. It was an automatic car. I can't remember if it has AC or not. Not that it matters. Now it's showing a 4-lug axle under it, but that's because they swapped it. It is a 5-lug car. It is a V8 car.
Oh, what the heck? They didn't even have correct me if I'm wrong. They didn't even have 4 lugs in 68.
Yes, they did. 6-cylinder cars. How much are you betting?
Okay, I'll bet you. I paid up the last bet that I lost, but let's do this, and I'll do this for the sake of just for argument. I'll do a $10 donation versus
Okay.
that. Okay. This is what I believe, because that was a 4-lug. That's 65.
Yep.
And this was a 5-lug. And then I started doing research, and they made all 5 lugs after 67. No, I'm wrong, huh? Okay, well, $10 on the line. I'll do some research, and we'll
do some research, because I can tell you this as a fact. I had a 70 coupe, 6-cylinder, 3-speed manual, 4-lug wheels.
Let me give a caveat.
Oh.
I mean for 65, 66, 67, and 68, not the 69 and 70s up. I believe I'm right. I could be wrong. Anyways, I'm going to change the subject.
Hold on just a second.
To show you, I'm really poor after this.
Okay.
I could have bought me a new PlayStation or Xbox instead. MSD ignition.
Nice.
And I already got the old. Here, I'll show you guys. I got the old one out. How much longer does it take for you to get a job done when you're trying to collect the footage of a job?
Hours.
So this has taken me about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And now that I'm watching your video, it's taking me 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. You know, I film all kinds of stuff, you know, and I film like brake jobs and stuff like that. And I had a friend, hey, I want you to do the brakes and rotors on my truck. And I was like, I'm not going to film this. And I changed the rotors, pads, everything. And I was done in an hour. Everything was done, you know. So,
I just did the window, right? Which, have you ever done a window?
I mean, I've done them, but
on a 68 or 60.
I've done 65 and 6 models.
Oh my God. I've never done one.
Yeah.
Until the other day. And it's by far the messiest thing I've ever done. And I would have ruined all my camera equipment. No joke. So I got this. I got the trim. I just haven't put the trim on yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
is it a new windshield, brand new?
I stole it from this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the reason why, check this out. This is funny. I need to get this car prepped fast, because I'm shipping it in 2 weeks to Scotland.
Oh, really?
And they need to do an inspection. It needs to have a horn. So I can't. I'm about to put American Auto Wire in here, but I don't have the time or money to do it like immediately, right? So I'm putting an external horn. I already have the horn right there, and I just picked up the button. So and they say that in the law, they're whatever. They're smog. They're British smog, right? The vehicle inspection. So I'm gonna have the button right there. So I'm not gonna have the horn right here. I'm end up putting this Grant steering wheel on. I got the speedometer to work. So now it can actually say how fast it's going, because that's a criteria they need to know how fast it's going. I got the switch for the reverse. It was destroyed. I mean, I didn't care. I didn't need it, but you kind of need it for the inspection. The windshield was cracked, so I replaced that. And this thing's almost done, man. And I'm ready to ship this thing and get out of the States.
So are you shipping both cars over there?
I think I'm gonna end up shipping this probably next year.
Okay.
But I want to get a running gear in this thing, get it going. I'm focusing all my attention on this right now. I've been neglecting this thing.
So is this a big move? Like you're moving and everything?
For the time being, man, especially over here in Portland, dude, it's just, I don't want to be here, man. I really don't.
I don't blame you.
I mean, my version of America is watching you when I'm in Scotland, and that's all of America I need. No joke.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I watch you. It makes me happy. That's all I need, because when I come back in here, man, it's
yeah. I hate it for you.
I liked your motorcycle vid, man.
Good.
I want to see more of those.
Yeah, it's still here. There's a part 2 coming.
Is there?
I'm going to continue making the seat pan for it, but I'm not going to cover the seat. I'm just making the pan. I'm not doing that's not my part. And then I'm going to add in some brackets to mount all the hardware behind the covers. And then eventually I'll paint the tank too.
Hey, you don't have to answer this question if it's too personal. How are your views doing?
They're okay.
Mine has doubled.
Have they?
And I mean, not in comparison to yours. I mean, I've doubled from 600 to a little over 1,000, almost doubled. Okay. But, and my funds have gone up from $40 to $50. So I mean, that's a percentage increase.
That's a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you do some crossover. You do some all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not. It's tough for me because you have the expertise, and me, I'm fumbling through crap. I'm like, oh, here I go.
Yeah. Hey, but it's working.
Yeah, it's true.
So, I mean, I tell you what, and I've said this. I think I've said this before. I get a kick out of how you do your videos because, for me, everything I do is first person. Like, here I am. I'm going to take this and bend this over and bend it and do this and blah blah blah. And I'm talking the whole time. And you make the video and then you do the voiceover.
Yeah.
And I know you find it entertaining, and I can tell whenever you're doing that, you're like, because you'll have some funny comments as you go forward. Which is the advantage of doing the voiceover, because then you can kind of think about it a minute. Whereas I'm in the middle of something and I'm like, I got. No,
it's true. It's true. Like if I'm sitting here and I'm trying to, I mean, there's not many jokes you can make from this. You know what I mean? But so as I'm sitting here trying to create a joke, I can't think of a joke on the spot. But if I watch the video as I'm getting ready to go to bed and I'm like, it's kind of funny if I point out how stupid I look or something like that.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate you noticing that, man. It means a lot, because it's weird. Tell me it's not weird. As you watch movies, you'll now appreciate things that you never appreciated 10 years ago, and the editing quality.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. I mean, like even, just, we talked about movies before, variety of movies where the backgrounds or whatever they created just to make that happen. You can go back as far as Star Wars, and you're thinking about, well, they made this spaceship and they, all the pieces that they made to make it look realistic. Today it's all CGI, it's all just done in a computer. Nobody knows.
And that loses its character.
It does. Yeah. Yeah. You want to see those, and even the imperfections. I watched I commented one time, I think it was, I guess it was Die Hard, Nakatomi Tower and all that stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And there's a scene, I think it's from that one, or maybe it was another one similar. But anyway, they had to open a door, and I see the guy reach out and he hits a switch, and the door opens. And I looked at it real close and I was like, wait a minute, that's a jitterbug sander. They had just taken a jitterbug sander with the little square one that had the little metal flap on top. That was their switch. They bolted the thing to the wall and they were just hitting that little metal plate. That was their switch. In the passing, you're like, nobody notices that. But I was like, that's a jitterbug sander.
Yeah.
That's what they're using for a switch, So it's just kind of crazy stuff like that.
I watched a movie the other day. I'm a huge World War II movie buff, and I don't think that to be honest, I don't think America produces good movies anymore. I don't. And Hollywood.
Really.
So I watched a World War II tank movie from Russia. It was dubbed over in English, and man, this movie, you could tell it didn't have like the monetary support that like a Hollywood does, but they sure made up for it in every other department.
Yeah,
Just the scenes, and I mean the tank fights, and I think the plot was a little, but you can forgive it almost because of just the characters, you know?
Yeah.
But hey, I appreciate you you let me call in, dude.
Well, here's a couple of comments I have to share with you.
Go through, yeah.
Clark Clifford. I have a 1968 four lug. It was a 6-cylinder.
Wow.
Harvey.
There goes $10.
Well, it's $10 for each comment. Harvey.
Oh, yeah, stop it.
Harvey says Tina.
$2 for each lug, one wheel.
Tina was a 1968 6-cylinder 4-lug car. Sorry, Steve.
Wrong.
And of course, Chris McGovern says 65 to 73, all 6-cylinder 4-lugs.
Okay.
And then Rick Stevenson throw this out there. What part of Scotland are you in?
I'm not in Scotland.
He's not in Scotland right now.
I'll be there in about a month actually. I'll be by Perth and Pitlochry. I have two houses. I bounce back and forth between the two. I rent one, and then
okay,
Edinburgh.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah,
probably a big place to probably I don't know.
And okay, you know what? I want you to read a few more comments. Just ignore the 4 ones, but I want to get your opinion because I was talking to a good buddy of mine yesterday. There is a market for American cars out there.
That's what I'm hearing,
dude. I got 2 coupes sitting right here. They may as well be Shelbys.
Well,
nah. Let me push it that far. But I tell you what, if you had a 65 Shelby and you had a coupe, they wouldn't know the difference. They'd be like, "Oh, cool," you know. And I mean,
right.
Realistically, there's not much of it, aside for people, loving one because they grew up with it.
Right.
But I mean, you would get an American car with an American V8. Oh my God, I love it! And it,
And are they ready to throw money at it?
So I'm shipping this one, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to test the waters. And here's actually my next thing too. I got my buddy. We're kind of gonna both attack this, but you want to know what there's a big push for is trucks. Like my wife, she was on Facebook, and they requested. They said, I want a. They said, I need a truck that has a V8 that can tow a horse trailer, and I just need it to be reliable, because I got a Ford Ranger over there with a 3.2 liter 5-cylinder, right, diesel, and that's basically as big as you get.
Yeah.
So I actually believe there's a market for aftermarket or used trucks that are reliable because they just don't have the vehicles that can tow out there. I could be wrong. Just like the 4-lug.
Just like the 4-lug. In fact, Steve, just so you know, I got hats in. I get a bunch of hats.
As many bets I have lost to you.
You've only lost 2.
Okay, well, hey, with those 2 bets I've lost, how many hats could I have bought?
Yeah, you would end up with 1. You would have had 1.
Oh man, that's funny. So what do you have in the pipeline for? Actually, I'll tell you what I have in the pipeline if you don't mind.
Sure.
I got I got this throttle linkage. Whoever installed the last throttle linkage did a real crappy job, so I kind of made my own because I found some on Amazon, whatever, and they just didn't have any, so I ended up making my own off of brake line, whatever. that's a simple one. I'm trying to do one YouTube video a month. Just one a month. Just to keep it simple. And I know you, man, I don't know how the heck you do it. Two at least one a week. Jeez.
Yeah, I push out at least once a week, maybe two.
Oh my God. So I'm doing one a month. I got oh, hey, stay right there. Don't move.
Okay.
Don't move.
I'm not moving. Oh, you got a wheel fit.
Guess who you know who should have got the commission from this? You know who should have got the commission from this? That person.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope it works out for you.
So I'm gonna end up getting some tires. I'm gonna try to get some and install them before I leave, but the time's getting like shorter and shorter. My wife's getting kind of scared because she thinks that like America's gonna get put on some kind of no-fly red list. So she's like, next week I have my second dose of the vaccine, and she's like, get over here, don't even mess around.
Oh, so she's still over there?
She's there right now, yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah. How's your family doing? Good.
Mostly.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Mostly.
I saw something on the tube, and I was like, oh man, I didn't want to. I was just want you to know I'm thinking about you, man. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if you. I brought it up in a couple weeks or a week or so ago. My older brother passed away. So yeah, not a good thing. Unexpected, really. But so that was a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. But anyway, and it's only a real family issue we have going on. Everything else is going good, but just something to deal with. Everybody has to deal with it at some point in their life. So that's where we're at right now. But otherwise, good to go. I mean,
that's good, man.
And
well, I'd like to call in one more time before I get out. Just to BS with you, man.
Yeah. Well, get that distributor in. Get it right.
I don't know if I'll get it done today.
Come on. All you got to do is line it up, drop it in.
Listen. I rebuilt that carburetor 3 weeks ago, and I got it installed, and it was 11 o'clock at night. And I said, I gotta start it. And the neighbor came over yelling at me, and yeah, she was not happy.
Yeah,
because it's straight headers,
Yeah.
And she was pissed.
Yeah, I understand how that works.
So and this is my problem. If I end up getting this distributor done at 0 dark 30, I'm gonna start it.
Yeah. What do you got to lose?
The neighbor coming over yelling at me.
Yeah. Make sure you hand her a beer and say, "Come on in, let's talk."
I don't even want to deal with her. And to make the situation even more interesting is I'm friends with a cop who lives about a mile that way. So the next day I called my cop buddy. I'm like, hey, stop by. I'm starting the engine. So parked in front of her house is a cop car. As the next morning I'm starting my engine. So she's just pissed because she can't call the cops now.
Yeah.
So yeah, my neighbors love me. But all right, dude. Hey,
well, get that thing done.
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna be watching you in the meantime. But hey, dude, good talking to you.
Yeah, you too.
Later, brother.
All right, we'll see you.
Bye.
Okay. All right, so we're back. I'm getting the Wi-Fi signal again. I don't understand why. I think I'm gonna have to get my router replaced. I hope I'm not too sketchy going on here, but the router's been acting up, and I don't know what's going on. Let me see where we're at on the comments. Okay. So Dave says, thanks for the input on the paint. Still doing research. Ray Conley, I had to get a bonded title. I don't even know how you do that. Dave, how hard is it to get a title for a car there if you only have a bill of sale? I don't need a title. That's just it. If it's 25 years or older, they don't even care about a title. Bill of sale. It can change hands all at once. Nobody ever says a word. Ish, I missed out on a 67 AC original Mustang and a 64 Impala Super Sport. Yeah, I'd probably rather take the Mustang, but the SS Impala is pretty nice. I like the 63, 61, 62 more. But yeah, I still probably would have jumped on that. David Sherrill, it is quite the chore to get a title here in Missouri. Well, there is I've talked about it before. There's a thing they call a Vermont loophole. Look it up. Look it up. Apparently, Vermont, you can send them a bill of sale. Now, make sure it's legible. You can send them a bill of sale and some money, and they will send you a Vermont title. I've looked it up. I have not tried it. I have had other people comment that they've done it. So that's something I would consider, and I may consider that as well if I need one. Brian, question, Barry, when you apply body filler on Summit DTM epoxy, did you scuff the primer? Yes. Yep. Always scuff. Always scuff. Ray, mom's the word. Yep. BK Woods. Well, it took me 4 months and a kidney to get an Untitled Willys 54 3B registered in Massachusetts. I'm telling you, that Vermont loophole thing, look it up. You can Google it, Vermont loophole, it'll come up. Mason, hey there, how's Daddy's Garage? So my grandpa's little red car he drives to work. For some reason, he was coming home from work and it died. Now he can't get it to start. What do you think went out? I have no clue. No clue. Ray Conley, 289 or 302. Yeah, that's likely what was in the car. I don't know what to tell you about a car with a bad tire, Mason. I'd probably avoid that. Dave Britton guaranteed they had 4-lug in 68. Yes. I'm waiting on Steve to pay up. Dave, I own one and have owned a few more. Nick, congrats, Barry. Congrats on your $10, Barry. Thank you, Nick. Clark, I have a 68. Okay, so we talked about that. 6-cylinder. Mason is a 65 Mustang control you had in the background. No, he's got 2 coupes. John, Barry wins. Yes. Rally Harvey, yes. Greg. Hey, Greg. How you doing? David Sherrill, we need to take the 69 T-Bird we bought to the Highway Patrol to have it inspected, to have them fill out paperwork. Oh, yeah, that's not fun. Chris McGovern, 65 to 73, all 6-cylinder, 4 lugs. Brian, Portland has been destroyed by liberals, not to get political. Yeah, well, and we talked about Scotland. Jessica, I switched most of my stuff to Instagram for now. I have followers, then subscribers. Okay, that's cool. Drag Boss, hey guys, good to see and hear you at Drag Boss. All right. Chris, I seen an article on how the 773 Mustang is the best Mustang. I posted a argument, just picture of a 69 Mach 1, and everyone agreed. Yeah. Who said that was a 71 to 73 was the best? I don't know how they came to that conclusion. Dave, hey, I have to run and put it in a kitchen later. Thumbs up, guys. Okay, that's an interesting comment. Hey, go put in a kitchen. Jessica, watch Sequest. Their scanners are voltmeters and such. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they use all kinds of stuff. Oddball stuff. Robert, I'm here late. Still getting sand out of my eyes from the first mowing of the year. You just rearrange the sand. Is that what it is? David Sherrill, for us to get a title. Yeah. And, okay, so blurry, but sounds good. Well, it's probably your vision. It's probably the sand in your eyes. Ish, you fixed the router with the hammer. Yeah, that may be what I need to do. Gordon, hey, from Keysby, New Jersey. Glad you're here. Rick Stevenson, I bought a car in Georgia, had no problem with registration in Florida with just a bill of sale. So Florida must have a bill of sale provision as well. Greg, hi, Barry. All 4-cylinder cars are 4-lug here. Interesting. Ish, you can download bill of sale off the internet, fill it out, take it to the DMV. Been there, done that. Yep, you sure can. Brian, well, even the 5 lug had 4 lugs. Yeah. You're right. 5 lug cars had 4 lugs, but they had that bonus lug. Michael, 69 Boss, I guess 429, the best in my book. Okay, yeah. Grease Rookie, I've been very tempted to do the Vermont loophole. My only concern is the bill of sale. Will the bill of sale cover me if the VIN comes up stolen? Actually, I think what you can do, because I did this on my 55 Chevy. I didn't do the title, but my VIN, I was concerned about the VIN. So I had a neighbor who was a cop, and I asked him about it, and he said he would check the number for me. Just check it ahead of time. Because even if it's stolen, right, you can register that VIN number anyway. You can't come up with a VIN. So if it's stolen, you're already in, but he did is he ran that number. See, the thing is, a show car or something like that, then it's probably more noticeable. Let's say 600 car, if it was stolen, it's not even reported, but is the name number, and it was clean. So what the heck is going on? Why is it reverting to Wi-Fi? I've got to get this situation corrected. This is messed up. Anyway, I had the number run and it came up clean, and so it was the car with concerns. So that is one thing you can just run. Look, here's the number. Run it. See what happens. It's doing it that way, and to what is going on with this Wi-Fi? It shouldn't even be on Wi-Fi. Anyway, but if you had getting text messages about my feed. Hold on. I don't know why this is doing this. It says I'm connected. It should not be on. It should not be on Wi-Fi. I doubt that I could switch over to. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, so Dave says he can hear me now. Okay, so now it just switched. Man. Anyway, so now I see the Wi-Fi button went away. So I'm gonna have to get this fixed. But anyway, what I was talking about with stolen cars is run the number. Let the cops look at the number, because if you try to register a car that you think might be stolen, you're already in over your head, because you can't register it. If it's been already documented, you're done. So I would just go ahead and verify the number's good, and then move forward on that if we're talking about doing the Vermont loophole. I hope that came through clear. Okay. Okay. I'm getting Hertz Scrambler. This internet sucks. Yeah. Okay, now it says I'm good again. All right. Well, I may have to make this one short tonight. I'm going to have to definitely comment or contact Comcast and say, "Hey, what's going on? I don't understand why it keeps kicking me out and reverting to Wi-Fi. It doesn't make any sense." Ish, have you ever used body filler on woodwork? I saw a guy use it when restoring a stairwell to fill in and even out the risers. I have. They actually have a product out there too. I don't know where it's at. It's a powder. I used it for some of my woodwork. It's a powder, has like a character on the outside of it. It comes in a cardboard tube type thing. You put some powder in a cup, put some water to it, mix it up, and it becomes a putty. Dries solid as can be. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Anyway, but that stuff I use them. It's like Durham's or something, I think is the name. And you mix it up in a cup, and you pack it into woodwork, and it dries really hard. So, okay, good now. Gordon Cahoon says must be sunspots. Yeah, heard you loud and clear that time. Okay, I'm glad you got there. Robert saying body filler works great on wood. Yes. What's your opinion on the Torino Mustangs? I mean, they're okay. I mean, I like the small Torino more than the Grand Torino myself, but I don't really have. I guess I don't think about them as that much. So I don't really have any thoughts in mind for those. Roger, you aren't imitating the Max Headroom anymore, at least for now. Okay. Marshall and Andrew, you have another vid to use of the other car, and you cross your fingers. That one's not hot. that's true too. Water putty. Yeah, there's another. I think it's called Durham's. Yeah, there it is. March Indy. I see. I was right. I guess right. Durham's. I got it right. Yeah. Robert says water putty. David Sherrill, you're good now. Well, I hope if it goes out again, I'm gonna probably just quit. Durham's. Yeah. Okay. Clark saying wow. Rock hard water putty. Yep. Hurt Scrambler. Good movie. Yeah. Yep. Greg, Barry got to go see you later. All right. Got to go out. Okay. We'll see you later, Greg. Ish. Thanks. Learned something new. Cool. Good. Yeah. I've used it, on occasion, but that Durham stuff, I know it's some tough stuff. It's a really tough stuff. Dave, is Durham's a 4 or 5 lug? It's a 3 lug. It's a 3 lug. Like the Renault Le Car. That's right. The Renault Le Car had 3 lug nuts. 3 lug nuts. Yeah. I don't know what they're saying there. Chris, Mercury Cougar Eliminators are my dream. It's 70 with 390 428 or 351 with an FMX/C6. Yeah. Hope you find one. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully we're not getting any riffraff showing up. I know that we've had it in the past. And what did it say? All right. I'm gonna put this. Somebody sent me a comment that I have to post. Johnny Crash says smart cars have 3 lugs too. They do? I guess I never paid any attention to it. Let's see what we got here. Her Scrambler ever do a exhaust on a Le Car? Actually, I can tell you this. I had the exhaust rust off of the Le Car that I was assigned. And I needed the piece because the exhaust actually ran down towards the driver's side, if I remember correctly. I think it was the driver's side. And then it went like behind the rocker panel. This is my memory telling me that I know it went behind the rocker panel. Pretty confident with that, I think. Anyway, a section of that exhaust pipe, which was about that big around. I mean, it was like 1.25 inch exhaust pipe. It fell off. And so I went and I found a piece of stainless steel that I thought was a pretty cool piece of pipe. Turns out it was actually from a vacuum cleaner. I found it in the junkyard. It was a vacuum cleaner piece, and it was the perfect length. And I cut it off, or cut the ends off the pipe. I wedged that piece of vacuum cleaner pipe in there and put hose clamps around it. So yeah, I did exhaust on a late car. Clark, didn't the Citroen have 3 lugs as well? I think it did, actually. I think it did. I'll give you a bell for that. Chris, do you have a prefer FMX or C4 or C6? I don't. I mean, I have a C4 in my Mustang, and that's all I'm familiar with. So, oh, Gordon, new router fund. I like that. I like that new router fund. Thank you. Thank you, Gordon. That's cool. That's cool. New router fund. Yes. Yes. I need to address that. Andrew, thanks, Marshall. The Iron 6 is clean and good to go, but my parts car was bought by bill of sale. Okay. There you go. Clark, spark plug recommendation on 6629 Hypo with a Petronix. All I can tell you, well, I take this. I was going to say don't use Champion. However, don't use Champions in Chevys. That much I know. But I think Fords actually like Champion spark plugs. But I don't have a specific answer for that. So if somebody else has an answer for the spark plugs, let Clark know. Dave, my 7-wheel show had 3 lug nuts on the front passenger wheel, eventually became an eccentric wheel. Quite the vibration going down the road. Poor high school kid couldn't afford 2 more lug nuts. Oh, man. Well, that's why you take one off of the other wheel. So you have 4 on both front wheels. Kidneys. What are you saying, Jessica? Riff or Raff? Riff Raff. No, you're not Riff Raff. Dan, how did the seat pan turn out? Well, I'm not done yet. I'm working on it. I can show it to you, though. You know, if you want to see what I ended up doing. And this is you can see this up front. I added the bolts to the back. I put a metal strip inside, embedded into the fiberglass, so it's not going anywhere. But then I realized at the front, I got excited whenever I was taking it apart, and I had trimmed off too much material, in my opinion. So I came back and I added more fiberglass so that the transition going up to the tank looks correct, because it just wasn't right. So still working on it. But now you know. Let's see. Robert, Chrysler used Champions. I have never had a good experience with Champion plugs. Yeah. Chris, Barry, if you wanted a Mopar, what would it be? List car, engine, trans, and paint. Oh. Well, I could tell you this. I've talked about it before. I had a 67 Plymouth Belvedere. It was a GTX clone. And I probably have shared a picture of it at some point. So I have an affection for that particular type of body. It's different. You know, you talked about being different. And then it's just a cool car, just a big box, you know? So if I said, yeah, I want a 426 Hemi 67 GTX, I would never drive it. So to me, it's not worth having. You know, if it's a rare model, I don't want it because I can't drive it. But if it was just say it had a 360 in it or something like that, automatic, nice paint. And what I had was like a burgundy color, maroon, I guess is probably more correct, and black interior. And so, I'd probably go for one of those. I like the 67 because it has 4 headlights. The 66 had 2 headlights. I just like the way it looks. Yeah. I'd probably go for one of those. Tim, Motorcraft or Autolite plugs? Okay. Are you asking? Is that a question, or is that a response to the spark plug question? So yeah, Motorcraft or Autolite probably the best choices. Johnny Crash, my dad told me that everyone hated the Dodge trucks when the Army switched to them from the Chevys in the 70s. He said they were always hard starting. Wonder if the spark plugs were why. Uh, Mopar or Dodge trucks had, or any of those had a weird starter. I don't know if it was like it sounded different. I forget what was significantly different about it, but it had a weird kind of starter sound to it, and maybe that was part of it too. Is the starters weren't very good. Chris, I want a 70 AA Arcuda and a 70 Challenger TA. Is the only Mopars interest me because of the history and Trans Am. I mean, yeah, if you could find one, that'd be fantastic. But again, for me, I want something I could drive. And I'd be scared to take those out on the road anymore. Somebody plow it into you and you're done. I'd hate to see a rare car like that get hit or be in an accident. Tim saying response. Okay, so you're saying Autolite or Motorcraft spark plugs. Okay, thank you for that. Give you a bell for that. Johnny Crash, I may be remembering wrong. What are we remembering wrong? Now I lost it. What are we talking about, Johnny? Oh. Yeah, it could be. I don't know. Clark, the gas tap channel built a Valiant with a 360 Magnum and turbo. Pretty nice, actually. Check it out. Yeah. The Valiants were kind of cool, too. They were little lightweight cars. In front of Craftsman, Mopar had a gear reduction starter back then before everyone else. Yeah, and it had a really weird sound to it. That's what Rick says as well. So you both get a bell for that. You have to share that. Chris, Barry, we put insurance on there for a reason. Yeah, I get that. It's not about the insurance. It's about, let's say you had one that was all an original AAR CUDA that are worth a fortune. I don't care how much insurance you put on it. You can't replace that car. You know what I mean? I mean, you could clone it. You could cut off pieces and weld stuff. But if you had an original AAR CUDA or whatever, and it was one of 50 made, or whatever the number may be, and you're driving that thing around and somebody rear ends it or whatever, you're done. I mean, you're not going to be able to put it back to that original state ever again. Doesn't matter how good you are replacing panels or anything like that. So that's where I look at it. Is it original? Is it how valuable is it? And what do I do with it? Because I've seen it. I've seen people, you can go on anywhere. There's Facebook pages that are like wreck classics. People out driving their car, somebody texting plows into the back of a classic, 55 Chevy or whatever. Yeah, I just can't. I don't want to be in that position. Yeah, the Scamp too. Yeah, Plymouth Scamp. I guess that was the same as a Dart, right? I think it was the same as a Dart. Robert, when it gets wrecked, there's one less in the world. That is true. That is true. And that's one thing. I watched that TV show. It was Jesse James, where he's building Monster Garage. I think I talked about it before. And they bought an all original, I think it was a 70 El Camino SS 454. I think it was a 4-speed. I mean, it was like a rarely optioned 454 SS and El Camino. And they just destroyed it. They gutted the thing to make it into some piece of junk. And I remember Jesse James. This is where I lost a lot of respect for Jesse James. Yeah, he can build stuff and he's whatever, but I lost all respect for him because he took the glass out of that, original El Camino SS, takes the glass out and he's like, oh, look at that original glass. This is a factory AC, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He says, look down here in the corner, see that date code? People pay big money for this. and then he threw it on the floor, and it was gone. Like he did not care at all. And I was like, I'm done. I don't care what Jesse James ever does again. He has no respect for the classic car or their value or the effort that people go into to try to restore one and find those correct pieces and stuff like that. So that's where I'm getting at. I know that's why I'd rather take like the '68 Mustang and turn it into make it a Shelby clone. Put in all the stuff that was on it, if you want, and drive it. And then if it gets hit, well, yeah, it was a Shelby clone. It wasn't an original car. That's just how I look at it. Chris, how many of these cars are actually original? People claim it all the time, but 70% have had fender benders from 40 years ago. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Rick, a buddy had someone in a Suburban pull out in front of him, totaled his GTR. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'll be driving when I'm driving Jade, my head's going to be on a swivel. I can tell you that right now. I have so much time and effort in that car. I almost don't even want to take it to a car show just because I don't want somebody touching it. I'm going to have a hard time with it. I already know I'm going to have to park it somewhere where it's not close to something, and I'm going to have a hard time with it because I just know how much effort I put into that car. Let's see. Clark says we had a new Audi with 22 miles get delivered and T-boned as they exited the driveway of the dealer. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Let me see. Okay, so I had. Oh, Dave. Oh, if you sent me a picture on the phone, I can't share it on here. You'd have to send it to me on an email. I can't share it on here. I mean, I could probably look at it on my phone, but I don't think I could. And there's no way I can share it on here. No, maybe I can. I mean, I could show you. It's just a wiring diagram he's fighting with right now. Looks like a lot of fun. Oh yeah, let me. I gotta download this picture real quick. I forgot. So we were talking about spelling earlier, right? And not wanting to spell words or having a hard time spelling words. And so John sent me this picture, and it says, name something beginning with E that you're not very good at. And the answer is spelling. So there's your answer, spelling. It begins with E. All right. Let me see. David Sherrill, only drive them with a police escort boxing you in. Yeah. Yep. All right. Oh, he's going to email it. All right. We'll see if that shows up. Wally, worse are the ones at car shows who point out wrong clamps or hoses. Yes. Yeah. And again, if you're building a concourse, points car, that's one thing. But if you're just building a driver that you want to love and enjoy, that's why anytime I've taken like my Model A to the car show, I don't even let them judge it. I don't even look at it. Just don't bother. I don't care. Get away from my car. You can look at it from 10 feet away. Don't look at it. Chris, see, I'm restoring the Firebird back to build sheet, except the decals. I want to be different. Then, oh, look, it's another Trans Am. Yeah, I get it. Looks like I might be staggering again. I don't know. Jessica, Dart, Duster, I guess Demon, same car. Yeah. YSF90 is saying, hello, guys. Hello. Ben, this is absolutely amazing. I thought I was going to ask a dumb question about using bottom filler as wood putty. And lo and behold, you had the answer, Durham's Rock Hard Water Putty. Woot, woot. I've done a lot of things. Most of them I'm proud of, but some, but I've done a lot of things. Jessica, 73 SS Chevelle wagon, very, very rare car. Yes, that would be extremely rare. I've never seen one of those. Probably even more if you went towards like what would be the variation of that Oldsmobile or Buick or a Pontiac version of that particular. I don't know if they made like an SS style, but yeah, the '73 SS Chevelle wagon. I didn't even know they made one of those. That's pretty crazy. All right. I just remembered now that I think Ish sent me something. Let me see what he sent me. Okay. I forgot. Somebody had asked me a couple weeks ago about a tire size or the wheels I have on Jade. And I just remembered I have not answered that person. Uh, let's see if I can pull this up. Go back here. Got another one. I got two pictures to download. Why is it not downloading? I don't know, Dave. It's not downloading for some reason. Let me go back to that. Why is it not downloading? Try it one more time. And if it doesn't work, it's not working. Okay, I can't show it, Dave. I don't know what's going on. It won't let me download it. Anyway, that was a wiring diagram. Ish sent me this picture, which he said is Autolite 4100. I found and bought a year correct carb for my 62 T-Bird to be rebuilt. That's cool. I've got a bunch of carburetors laying around here. I don't even know what I have. I have a whole bunch of stuff. Chris, well, let me go back here. Pull this off. Here we go. The thing you need to consider if you want original or if you want it to be yours. Yeah, that's true. Yep. Robert, I would still like a Vista Cruiser. I used to love those cars. I really did. My dad had those, several of them up at the junkyard. I think they made them in, it was called Vista Cruiser, but it could be a Pontiac or an Olds, I think, or a Buick. I can't remember. I know Pontiac made them, but I'm thinking Oldsmobile made them too. And if anybody's not familiar with that, the Vista Cruiser was a station wagon that had skylights on the perimeter. Like you'd have your, instead of having a sunroof, you would have curved pieces of glass that were up in the roof line on the top. Like if you were looking at the transition from the drip rail going in, it had these, they were only like, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches wide and X amount of length long. And I think there was two per side. It was just a really neat feature on those cars. But I'm really thinking they made them for more than just Pontiac. I'm pretty confident they made them in different, like Oldsmobile or Buick or something. Pretty confident. I could be wrong, but yeah, no Super Dave. Sorry, I don't know why it's not letting me download it, or it's downloading it, but it won't let me bring it onto the StreamYard. So, Johnny Crash, I'd trade my 90 Grand Marquis in a heartbeat if I could get my hands on just about any old station wagon. They're timeless. How old is the question? In fact, I was at a cruise in last year, and I was awestruck by, it was a 67 Plymouth Belvedere wagon. Yeah, I had never seen one in person, and I was amazed that it was there. It was a beautiful car, Beautiful car. Dave had to fact check the SS Wagon thing. It's real. They exist for 1 year only. Available with the 454 too. Wow. But how many did they make? How many did they make? That's the question, Dave. David Sherrill, when restoring classic car, it is only original once. We want our 64.5 convertible look like it came out of the factory, yet it never will. So who cares if the correct hose clamp is used? Yes. Yes. Footage Factory. Steve, for your information, I never lost a bet. The engine is sure hopped up according to my butt dyno. Yeah, but I want to see you print that out. I'll need to see the butt dyno printout to verify that. Chris, we can restore them to make them back to original. Then they will go into the museum after we pass, or we make them ours and stay in the family. Your call. Yeah. I mean, there's a variety of ways to look at it. Johnny Crash, early 60s through early 90s is what I'd be interested in, just about anything V8 and rear drive. Let me tell you, Johnny Crash, I might have something for you. Maybe. I need to talk to my friend. He has a 95 Buick Roadmaster with the LT1 in it. 95 Buick Roadmaster that he picked up for cheap. And we're trying to, I was going to ask him if he wanted to sell the car, but he recently picked it up, and I think it may have been sitting outside. I think I don't know what condition the exterior is in, or the interior for that matter. But who knows? I might be able to find you at least a 95 Buick Roadmaster. Steve. Footage Factory, how many lugs did the Chevrolet wagon have? It had all of them. I don't know if Chevy ever put 4 lugs. Well, I put 4 lugs on like Vegas. All the full body cars were 5 lugs that I know of. The Zoomers, where the car talk? It's right here. Where's your question, man? Where's your question? That's not a question. Where's your car question? Waiting on you. Throw something at us. Luciano. I don't know what that says. Dave, according to stationwagon.com, they estimate 2,500 SS wagons come out in 73. Also, the last year for SS until the 90s. That would be cool to find one of those. I do like the Laguna S3 Chevelle, with the little back window in it. I always thought those were cool too. Or Malibu. I don't think they were Chevelles at that point. In 73. Pretty sure they were just Malibus. But I'd still like those. Chris, more or less, because when you make it back to original, you're the idiot that just keeps it in the garage, doesn't let your son take it to prom. Trust me, I know those types. They're super birds in my town. Yeah. Yep. That's why I don't even want one. That's why I don't even want to have that responsibility. I'll pass it on to the next guy. I'll just build my clone or drive my regular old Mustang with no options. Johnny Crash, I'd love to, but the wife would kill me. Yeah. Let's see. But dyno printout coming right up on Charmin toilet paper. Jessica, like my Roadmaster has roof glass. Yes, Buick Sport Wagon had glass. Okay. Yep. Robert, the LT1s from those were great donor drivetrains. That's what I hear. And that's why, this guy, I'll be honest, he picked up this Buick Roadmaster because it belonged to the old guy next door. The old guy died. And if I understood him correctly, he picked up this Roadmaster for $100, and it only has like 45,000 miles on it. I think is what he told me. He told me that, my jaw dropped. And I said, what are you going to do with it? He said, I might try to rent it to the movie companies or something locally here. I'm like, wait a minute. You want to sell the thing? Because that'd be a cool car. Jessica, yes, Dave. Some had 454s. Now that's the other question, Dave. You said, uh, let's see, say 2,500 SS wagons. So now we have 2,500 SS wagons in 73. How many of those were 454? That would be a good answer. David Sherrill, the only way to enjoy all the work you put into it is to drive it and have the big smile on your face. Yes. Yep. Okay, yeah. There we go. So I'm going to download a couple pictures here while we're talking. What are you sending me, Steve? What is that? All right. So I have a bunch of pictures now I have to go through to try to get everybody sending me some pictures. Let's see. Okay. So Ish sent me a pic, and hopefully I can. Let's see if I can get these to pull up. If this will work. Let's see. Okay. So Ish, he sent me a pic. He says, sent you a pic of what I drive when I'm in Florida. They're meant to be driven. Yes. Yeah, I agree with you. They're meant to be driven. I just again, the more rare the car, the less likely I'm going to ever take it on the road. Just me. But I'm glad to see him driving. There's a Vista Cruiser. Okay, so I was a little bit off. The glass is above the. That's right, but it has side pieces above the back side window there, and then the front glass went above the rear passenger seat. There must be. I think there were some. Maybe that's. I know it had glass up on top. It was a different car. It was definitely a different type of car. Let me see if I can get some of these other pictures up here. Hold on a second. I don't know. Let me see what this one is. Okay. So Steve sent me a picture of a Stingray by the looks of it. That's pretty cool, Steve. Is it something you drive? Where's that from? What is that about, Steve? I need some more information. And then Dave, he had sent me 2 pics of his 6080 he's building. So we'll get those up. There's an update on all the wiring he's going through. Looks like fun. Just kidding. Yep. Yeah, that's looking good. I like that grille surround. It looks like it's polished instead of the argent silver color. I like that. Let me go back to my comments, see what we got going on. Joseph, I do miss my 76 Laguna S3 green and white leather interior 350 auto. Yeah. That's a cool car. Robert, I should have grabbed the drivetrain while I was there. You know, that 383 stroker is sitting right over there. I'll make you a deal. Dan says, cool. Okay, Ish. My stepdad had a 73 Buick station wagon with a 455. It was a tank. Yeah. Yes. Javon Green, best trends for 307 small block. 307, I guess you're referring to a Chevy, I would assume, because Chevy had a 307. It depends on what you're doing and what your plans are for the vehicle. So assuming it's a Chevy, your choices are a TH350, a TH400, a 2-speed Power Glide, 700 R4, 4L60E, 204R. So there's a variety of choices. Depends on what you want to do with it. So if you're just driving a car, TH350 is okay. Um, but if you want to get some mileage out of it, you might want a 700R4 or a 204R, just to help you out with the overdrive. But that's assuming we're talking about a Chevy. So, Steve, check your email. My dad sent this to me yesterday, so I was like, no way. I'd rather build up versus paying $100,000. Yeah, so that's the Corvette you were showing me. Okay, let me pull that up again. Yeah. Sorry, I wouldn't spend $100,000 on probably any car, honestly. Let's see, Chris. I admit that I want some rare machines like the Eliminator. It's a car to drive and enjoy while you're on this earth. It's only for a short time. It's the world's forever. Yep. Joseph, just came across caught my attention when you mentioned you like the Laguna S3. Yeah, I do. I think it's a cool looking car. And they also had the old 442, which was the same body design, in that era. I guess 73 to 76 makes sense. 73 to 76. Because maybe 77. I think 78 was a transition year, like when they went to the boxed off Malibus. So I know that much. Robert, the 64 to 67 Vista Cruisers were better looking. Yes, I agree with that. Dave, a different source is indicating only 1,500 SS wagons made. 200 were big block, so conflicting info on the web. Yeah. Either way, very rare car. Yes, I agree. Eduardo, checking in from Kissimmee, Florida. Steve, best transfer 307. Do you want overdrive 704? Make sure you only put 4 lugs on it. Come on, Steve. You're making your comments. Where's the $10? Arthur Woodward. Hey guys, glad you're here. Hey, and if you haven't, I didn't know this. I guess I did, but I didn't really notice. Arthur, you have a YouTube channel as well, right? I'm pretty sure that's what I commented on recently. So I know you're building some Mustang stuff. If I remember correctly, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But got some cool stuff going on. Joseph, I will subscribe, like, and share, liking your show. Cool. Well, I'm glad you're here. Appreciate that. I'll even give you a bell. Chris, I wonder sometimes people are pushed away from the old prude I wonder sometimes people are pushed away from that old prude at the car show. Yep. I don't know. There was a couple cruisings already this year locally. I did not get a chance to go. Just doing other things, but I need to get there and check out some stuff. I know that what I've been doing is I've posted pictures of those on Facebook. So I've had, I think I have Cruise In 2020 or something, all the variety of cars that I've seen at the Cruise In. And there's been some really neat stuff there. Oddball stuff too, which is good. Arthur, don't really have a channel, just posting for friends and the family. I got Lisa's car from. Okay, well, I wasn't sure. I mean, I saw Lisa. I think that was a cool build, and I really appreciate you putting the time into building that car and that in her memory. Then I know you have your other cars there you're working on, but I was just kind of curious, if you were trying to do more with that or not. But anyway, Chris, Barry, did you see the documentary on the Black Ghost? No. Enlighten me. I'm not sure what that would be about. Clark at Javon, did you want an automatic or stick? There you go. There's another question. I was just defaulting to the automatics. So, Mason wants to know if I've had the Jade out on the road yet. Oh, not officially. Not officially. I've driven it on the road, but not official. Oh, speaking of which, I don't know if I showed this or not. In the state of Georgia, and I guess you could do it in other states too, you can have a classic tag on your car. So what I've learned is the old tags they had in Georgia, they based the tag, the first digits were your county, right? Uh, and the Fulton County is the biggest county in Georgia, I think, so it's number one, and that'll be two, and it goes on up from there. And then this was your tag number. They had such limited, I guess, numbers back then. 585. It's a pretty low number technically. Now, what I find interesting, I bought this from somebody who refurbishes tags, but this is not refurbished. This is an original '68 tag that's not been repaired or modified or anything, which is really cool. And then the other cool part, this county is 21. That's not the county I live in. You can use any county you want. What you do is you take this to the tag office and you say, I already have my new tag. I'm going to put this on the car, and they connect the two together, in a computer, so that they know if they see this number, it actually means this other number. So anyway, 21, if I remember, it's Spalding County. What's cool about that is that's where I got Jade, in Spalding County. So I have a Spalding County tag. I don't know where the car had been around different states, but I got it from Spalding County. So anyway, I have this cool tag that's going to go on the back of Jade, and the original color, of course, is green, which it works out. The car is going to be Gulfstream Aqua. So Chris Berry, you'd love to search it. Black Ghost was an old drag car in Detroit, 426 Hemi Triple Black Challenger, absolutely beat up. Oh, okay. Steve, question: do you have any stickers? I do. I usually have one laying right here somewhere, but I do have stickers. Where do my stickers go? I have such a pile of junk right here right now that I know I had one sticker sitting here. It's been sitting here for months and months and months, and now that I want to pull it up, I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Ta-da! Sticker merch. Now, Steve, I'll tell you this. The people that have bought a hat, or not bought, donated to the cause and receive a hat and a sticker in return. So, of which I had recently, I've had 8 people donate to the cause, and they're getting. I've sent them out this morning. Hats with a sticker. So anyway, you're saying on YouTube? Okay, Black Ghost, huh? All right, I'll check it out. Jessica, email incoming, has picked up my 74 Chevelle, a 73 SS 454 wagon, 73 307 3-speed manual trans. Only 1% of 74s had a 454. Not much more than that in 73. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. All right, so I have some other pictures I have to pull up. Okay, so Jessica's saying 73 SS. Let me see if I can pull these up. Okay, so 73 SS, got that one. So that's that car. Wow. I mean, that's pretty rare. I have to admit. Let me see what this one is. This is, I guess, 73 307 3-speed manual, I guess. And then let's see if I get one more. What is this one? Oh, okay. And so my 73-307, okay, has pick of my 74 Chevelle. A 73 SS wagon, that would be that one. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I've got a couple other pictures here. So we had see if I can get that one open up. So there's that's the side glass I was talking about. And this one is from John, I believe, sent me this picture. 72 Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser moonroof. So, yeah, now you can see that glass outside of the suitcase rack. And then, hold on a second. Let me have one more. And I think I got, is this the right one? Yeah. 72 Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser. They were unique. They were definitely unique cars. All right. So let's see. Oh, Steve. Steve has paid up the bet. Woot woot. Thank you, Steve. Let's see. Johnny Crash, original Texas tags from 66 go for $250 on eBay. I have a couple of sets, but they will need a small amount of restoration. Well, there's a guy here that restores tags locally. I don't know if anybody else does them or not in your area, but he could probably take care of them for you. He does a nice job. I've seen his work. Oh, Dawn checking in with Betsy. Cool. And speaking of which, now I don't know how to. Dawn has sent me some pictures of and some various items he has that if people are interested, he has a Boss 302 shifter plate for sale, a mount bracket, and shifter. So, if you're interested in that sort of stuff, because I have some other things that he sent me as well. He's got original sway bar from a 66 Mustang GT with end links and everything. So if you're interested in that, also a clutch arm from a 66 Mustang, and then a frame bracket or clutch arm needs nylon ball bushing to be complete. What I may do is put these pictures on my Facebook page if anybody is interested in these things. And also he has a bell housing. It's out of a 67 200 inline 6-cylinder. It's been welded up, drilled, and tapped to accept a T5 transmission. So I have I'll post those pictures on my Facebook page, and then you can, if you're interested, we can work something out and contact Dawn if you want to make a purchase. Mason, I need to get me a Joe Daddy's Garage hat. Do you have any of your new ones yet? I do. They are here. Just to show you. Just to show you what I have. I actually have the greenish tan one like I'm wearing right now. I have the dark blue. These are trucker style caps. And then I have this one. I really like the way that one looks. And I have this, which is now camouflage in the back. Trucker style. And then I also have baseball style. So I have this nice gray, light gray. dark blue, standard black, and a nice green. I know. Can you see green on there? Not very well, but it's green. So anyway, yeah. I did get my hats in finally. Finally. Robert says, those are probably the stickers you gave me while I was there. It could be. Yummy, you look like Tom Hanks. I've been told that before. I think it's the eyes. I don't know. Chris, I finally have a name for the formula. It was a 77 Black Betty was sung in 77. There you go. That works. Are you Tom Hanks? For the right price, I can be Tom Hanks. Steve, I'm trying to donate. Don't leave. Yeah. Well, like I said, thank you, Steve. Nice cars, Jessica, Greg's Workshop. Hi, Barry. I'm back. Okay, glad you're here. Mason wanted to ask you, do you have any hats? Yes. Steve, send sticker if you can. I'm collecting a bunch to do a cool video. Okay, well, send me an email, Steve, and I'll need an address so that we can communicate. Chris, Steve finally paid up, but YouTube takes his cut. So Barry, you got $375 for your bet. Steve, I'm joking. That's true. YouTube does take their cut. Yeah, Mason, those are some nice hats. Doubting. Barry, did you see the Barrett Jackson documentary on Carroll Chevy 67 EXP Little Red Mustang Coupe? They found it in a field. I have been checking out some footage on that with the Little Red. Pretty amazing story on that whole thing. Good conversation piece. I mean, that really is amazing that they found that car. Jessica, let's see, brown one is a 74 and blue one is my manual 73 wagon. Clear things up. Red SS is a 9-passenger as well. Wow, that's cool. Jeff, awesome, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Ish, do you autograph your hats? Is there a fee? Oh, I'll autograph it if you want. I've done it on other hats, but anyway, I've done it on other hats. So yeah, I mean, I'll sign it if you want me to. Rick, I want a green hat. I will contact you later. Okay. Clark, when did you get green back? When did I get green back? I don't know. When did I get what? Because those were all, I showed those. Well, I mean, those all came in the same batch, all at the same time. So I don't know if there's some confusion going on, but anyway, Mason. So to get one of your hats, so I just go to your website or to email you my address. Well, you have to email me first, and then we'll talk about it. So joedaddysgarage@gmail.com. Oh, Clark, the color green on the screen. Yeah. Well, this one, people are always confused by this one. This one's actually kind of green, but it doesn't show as much green on there. It shows kind of I don't know what color it is on the screen, but this is actually like an olive drab type of green color, but the green shows up on the shirt, weirdly enough. So I don't know. Ben, yes, Tom Hanks in The Lady Killers. I guess I need to check out that movie because I've had people, when what was it, Captain, the one where he was a hostage on a boat, Captain Phillips. That one, a lot of people were like, I left my beard grow out a little bit on the sides. And I think they were like, oh, you look like Captain Phillips. All right, Chris, good. Always good to upgrade your phone. 50 smackaroos. For what, Steve? What are we talking about? David Shaw Nice Hats. We will send you an email with our donation idea, and we have for Jade, and we can go from there. Okay, that's fine. Clark, the color green on screen. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I don't understand how it's. I don't know why the colors are showing up, or why they show up where they are. So I'll presume the seat pan is lighter than the tank armor one that was on the bike before. Yeah, it's a bit lighter than that tank armor plate that was on there. Yeah, Bob, your Green Beret shirt shows green. Yeah, I know it does. I noticed that too, and I don't know why. We talked about green before. Um, Even my license plate, I think, shows up as green. It's a little darker on the screen than it is in person, weirdly enough. So I don't know. But I still have warm coffee thanks to my little coffee warmer that March Indy sent me. Let's see. Don Thompson. I like the light gray. I'll send an email. Okay. Sounds good. Chris. Fresh mixed cement color hat is what he is wearing. Yeah, I guess it kind of does have that look to it, at least on there. But this is really kind of an olive drab, which is why I like it so much. Military, olive drab kind of color. Whoever came up with olive drab, it just doesn't sound appealing, but we all know what that. We can all olive drab. We know what that means. There you go, Chris or Clark. The tape on the can to your right is green as well. Yeah, that's the. Well, how about this? Even that's showing up mostly green. That's turtle wax. I guess it's turtle wax. It's mostly green. Yeah. Yeah, that tape. That's a bright green. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, I see him at about the 2-hour mark. So we're probably gonna be wrapping this up very soon. Okay. We're wrapping this up. Okay. Mason sent me an email. Cool. Thank you. We'll communicate on this. Figure it out. What else was there? I think that's about it. Like I said earlier, I'm going to get Jade in primer, try to get that taken care of. Maybe tomorrow I can get it shot and make sure everything's covered. Hopefully. I've been cleaning out the paint booth, make sure there's nothing extra in there that's going to hold debris and stuff. Clark, what's it say? You need a test pattern to hold up and a gong. Hold up and a gong. Okay. Oh. When is Jade painted? Well, I have to get one more round of high build on and be happy with it. Because I block sanded it. I found little flaws here and there. And I'm pretty particular when it comes to final product prior to paint. I think you all know that. So I have to shoot it again with a high build. I'll go over it again to, kind of block sand and verify that it's smooth, and then get ready to spray. And I'm really looking forward to spray. As I'm going around the shop, and I've got boxes here and boxes there and boxes here and stuff and stuff and stuff. The ball coat is between two cars. One is mine. The other one's not. And I need to get at least my parts onto my car so that it reduces that footprint. The less stuff I have laying around, the happier I'll be. Make it better. But Rick, if you're going to spray Jade tomorrow, set up a live stream. Well, we'll see about that. Maybe. I can't commit to that. My concern is I have to have my laptop in the back and spray, and I don't want the laptop it might be really complicated to try to do a live stream on spray. So, Chris, going to have to overspray it. Going to have overspray in it or no overspray? No, I'm gonna coat the whole car. I'm not gonna have any overspray patterns. I'm gonna do it at least. Way I look at it, I've got some areas where I've sanded out almost everything, and there's a couple little low spots that need some high build to fill those. So I will coat the whole thing, and that gets everything back to a uniform color as well. So any place that I've done body repair and stuff like that, I can take care of and be all uniform. Yeah, Robert. Yeah, the pile of Camaro. Yes, the basket case Camaro. And then I have, out in my, like I said, out of my shed, I've got all kinds of other parts and pieces and stuff that I just don't know that I really need, but they're there. So anyway, my throat's going. I need to go. And I'll have to. Okay, I'll have to talk to Ish. I guess Ish sent me an email. We'll have to talk about some things. Anyway, so I'm going to call it a night. I need to get in the house and get chilled out, just relax, and see what's on the TV. And anyway, so I'll be back on Thursday afternoon at 3 p.m. Now, I may do another type of live stream on Thursday. I'm not sure just yet. Depends how things go as to whether I'll do a live stream like I did hands-on, like when I was working on this motorcycle and stuff. Not sure yet. If not, I'll just do a regular live stream, and we'll go from there. So thanks for being here. We're going to call it a night. And until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya.